Okay guys, welcome to another quick video here. So Luigi Mangione's trial ended not long ago, a few hours ago, so 9 PM here, and it was about 6 PM GMT, 2 PM NYC time, so EST I guess. And they said to adjourn for December 2025, which would take it to a year to the last date. What are your guys' opinions? For me, this is, well, there was also, let's not forget, Chelsea Manning, who made an appearance at the end when she walked out and addressed the media. Somebody asked her, what do you think about Luigi and the trial? And she replied she didn't get it. What else was she saying? A few other statements that she was saying was quite interesting to me. If I can, I'll find the video for that and do another part 2. For me, this is giving me similarity to the court case with the Lucy Letby trial in the UK. This again is centered around the health sector. A doctor, a very prestigious doctor in Canada, actually went and got his own opinion and paid for it himself about the case, because it was such a specific neonatal, for the neonatal department in the UK hospital where she was working, said that the hospital should have been shut down. And it's a very interesting perspective on the Luigi Mangione case, because here's this young guy who became a vigilante and took matters into his own hands, where, whether for the right or for the wrong, things chose to take a more sinister turn. But whether he's innocent or not, is this a trial by media, by the big corporations who are framing him as guilty, but he is persistent in his non-guilty verdict that he has shown up for twice now. So what is this really hinting at in these particular cases? Lucy Letby was told to create her own journal about how she was feeling, and this was used as evidence in the actual trial in the UK, which found her guilty. And so is what Chelsea Manning's rhetoric after the trial was adjourned by the judge. A case of a similar conspiracy against Luigi Mangione, who did play the vigilante role in this particular case of caring for one's loved ones, but not feeling helpless when it came to providing healthcare as only what is right for somebody in that position of a CEO should do. Are these CEOs too overpaid to make the decisions? Is that the case? That then it becomes a case for the public matter to take it into its own cause of action against the hierarchy that is these billionaires overstepping their mark in these types of circumstances, and just creating this uneven playing field. And it does come to a matter of life or death. And it's a shame these things have to happen in our world, and our world is not an easy place to be. And especially if we are ill, or we don't have services like the NHS that provide that foundation to having that health service for everybody. But the US is different in that instance, and the Obamacare that was set up way back before Trump came along as part of his leaving presidency administration to help better those circumstances, those very circumstances that we are now taking these matters into our own hands because these bigwigs on the other side are just not listening? Or is it that they're not listening because it is easier for them to make the decisions that they make and playing the devil's advocate almost? But there are these many different situations that are happening transatlantic that just seem too similar almost in their way, that it needs like a bigger lens to take in the whole picture of what's really going on when we look at what's happened with pharma and the link of inflation. You know, all the money was going to big pharma at a time when inflation was sky high, like it has been. And now we are at a time economically all very much struggling, but we don't have the essentials like health, even given the first world we live in when we should. But it's not provided for us because there are these billionaires that take to their throne almost, trying to be this wise decision maker, but in reality really does play the devil's advocate, leaving the likes of Luigi Mangione, I hope I'm saying that right, as a not a devil's advocate, as a vigilante. So I'm going to leave it there before I keep on repeating myself too much, and these were just a few more thoughts from yours truly. If you want to subscribe, and I'll try and do some more updates similar to this. But yes, Chelsea Manning was there, and it seemed to be a very interesting statement that she was making when she did leave, and I find it a very interesting statement that she made. So if you do get the chance to have a look at the video, I will hopefully leave it in the description should this video gain the interest. Anyway, thank you for watching.